Hi friends, I'm Emma from Emma's Edition and I am a Seattle fashion and lifestyle content creator, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how I financially prepared to take my blog and my Instagram full time. So when I first started my blog and my Instagram in 2014 during my senior year of college, I didn't even know that you could make blogging or content creation a career. It was not my intention or my priority to do so at that time. But fast forward to 2018, I am in my graduate program and I'm still balancing my side hustle, my Instagram and my blog with my corporate job. I have a lot going on, and after my first quarter in grad school, I actually realized that I do want to take content creation full time. So if you feel like I kind of sped past that, I really recommend listening to my other video about how I got started, because it is a long story and it spans from 2014 through 2020. But we're going to stay on 2018 when I decide that I want to change my career goals, and instead of getting my master's program to climb that corporate ladder, I decide that after my master's program, I actually want to make that transition out of a corporate career and into a full-time creative one. So it was pretty scary for me to even admit this goal and even talk about it with my parents and my boyfriend, who's now my husband at the time, because it was definitely a huge shift in what I thought I would want in a career. But I have a huge passion for digital media and creating content online, and my master's program definitely showed me that it was more than just a passion and I wanted to make it into a career. And so by the time I got laid off at the end of summer 2020, I had that intention and that goal of eventually taking Emma's Edition full time. And so at least from 2018 through 2020, I was financially preparing to take that leap. So I think it's really important, no matter who you are, if you're making any big career changes, especially if you are leaving a corporate or a career that's traditionally a 9 to 5 and then moving into the freelance space, to think about your financial well-being, because financial well-being is well-being. And for me personally, getting my finances under control and feeling financially secure was really important before I knew that I could take Emma's Edition full time. And so if I had not been preparing to take Emma's Edition full time financially for the last 2 years prior to getting laid off, I don't know if I would have taken the leap. I might have done, and I might have accepted one of the job offers I had to stay at my former company. But again, I was gearing up, getting ready for it, and so I knew I had set myself up so I could make that decision to accept that layoff and then pursue Emma's Edition full time. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just jump into kind of the 3 to 4 major ways I financially prepared to take Emma's Edition full time. The very first thing I want to talk about is creating an emergency fund. And so out of college, it was just my goal to create a 1-month emergency fund and then a 3-month emergency fund. But coming into 2019, I made it a goal to turn my 3-month emergency fund into a 6-month emergency fund. And so the easiest way that I did that is that I just automated my savings. So basically, every time I got paid, I had X amount of money just being automatically funneled into my savings account. And I did that for an entire year to make that 3-month emergency savings into a 6-month emergency savings. A big reason why it was important for me to build up my emergency savings is because I had spent the last 6 years in corporate America, and so I was used to getting 2 paychecks a week, and I knew moving into content creation full time, where my main revenue is working with brands, I do not get paid every 2 weeks. I recognize some payments 30 days after a partnership wraps up, sometimes 60 days, sometimes 45 days, sometimes 55 days. Payment terms vary by brand, by PR agency, and so I'm recognizing revenue pretty much on a monthly basis, but it's not set like a former paycheck where I would be paid, twice a month on Fridays or whatever that may be. And so for me, to remove that stress of, not expecting a paycheck every 2 weeks, I wanted to make sure that I was going to be financially okay and that I had a 6-month emergency savings where I could continue to pay my mortgage, my car, my insurance, etc., and just continue to live my life and be able to buy groceries and even get my nails done once a week. And so I was pretty focused about building that 6-month emergency savings account. And I know not everyone has the opportunity to do that right away, especially if you're just, a new grad or you're just starting out and starting to build your emergency savings. My tip for this is just start 1 month at a time and make that your goal and allow yourself the time to save for that. And then also look into automating, just automating your savings. And that way, when you get your paycheck, even if it's $100 or $25, if it just goes straight to savings, then that helps you build that savings account over time. The second big thing I did was think about how I wanted to continue to save for retirement. So after I was laid off, I could no longer contribute to my 401k. I'm actually really grateful that I had 6 years to contribute to that, because that will continue to mature, and I'm actually just going to leave it there until I reach retirement age. And so since I'm unable to contribute to my 401k, I really had to think through what was going to be my plan to continue to save for retirement. And so one major thing I did was that I started investing. I actually took an investing course. I was 2019 or 2020, I can't even remember which year was that, but I took an intro to investing course with Dumpster Doggy. I'm going to link her Instagram and her website in the description if you want to learn more about investing. And it was so helpful for me because I was so intimidated to start investing. I mean, I'm the first person in my family to start investing in the market and index funds, and no one in my family prior, up until this point had even explored, how to invest in the stock market. And so for me, learning how to invest and gaining that confidence was really important. It is really scary to, make that first investment, but the timing worked out right where I took that course, and then when the pandemic broke out in March of 2020 in the US and the markets pretty much crashed, that was actually the first time I entered into the market and invested my first, few $100s and then first $1,000 into the market. Again, it was very intimidating, but now I feel a lot more comfortable with it. So today I actually set aside just a specific amount of money that I automatically put into my Robinhood account, and so I can invest that every month. My plan is to not make a quick buck, right? And this is not for short-term investments. My plan is that my portfolio is what I'm going to help use to build my retirement plan over time, and I will plan on, eventually selling, the stocks and the index funds and whatever that may be, during retirement age if I need the cash. And so I'm not an investment creator or a financial person. So, I mean, I really recommend going out there and seeking out resources and talking to people and learning as much as you can. Everyone is going to have a different plan of retirement and how they choose to save for retirement. For me, it was really important to make sure that investing is going to be a part of my retirement plan. Second thing I did with investing is open a Roth IRA. I highly recommend, there's like so many options. There's traditional IRAs, SEP IRAs, Roth IRAs. Definitely recommend just going through and researching and Googling and seeing what works for you best. And so for me, those are my two main modes I'm currently investing as a freelancer for my retirement. The third thing I want to talk about is laying out your budget as a creator. It's really important for me to make sure that my creative career could replace my former corporate salary. I really looked at the numbers and I knew that I could still make it, month to month, year to year, even if I made less than my former corporate salary, which was $90,000 when I worked in aerospace. But at the same time, my preference was that my former corporate salary just be completely replaced with my content creation career. And so my big thing around here is you don't need to do that. You don't have to have your switching costs to zero like I did. I think it's really important if you have a full-time job right now and you are wanting to take that side hustle full-time to really ask yourself if you can live on your side hustle income and what are the chances that that side hustle income really replaces your current full-time salary or whatever that may be. Because you might find that you're actually okay living on 80% of your current full-time income or 65%, and you know that your side hustle can meet that 65% mark or 80% mark of your current salary, whatever that may be. But everyone's comfort levels very different. I mean, again, for me personally, I just wanted to make sure my switching costs were at a zero and that my former corporate salary could be replaced with my creative career, with blogging, with brand partnerships, and I was able to actually do that in 2020. So fourth thing I want to talk about is your confidence in your ability to make money as a creator. So this is going to be very different for different creators because some creators make money off affiliate links and revenue. Some people make money off selling presets. Some people make money with coaching, right? Everyone makes money differently as influencers and creators. And for me personally, my main source of revenue are the brand partnerships. So I work with brands to produce content and share that on social media, primarily on Instagram, TikTok, my blog. And then my second source of revenue are my courses. So I have my very first course, How to Negotiate Paid Brand Collaborations, which is my most successful course where I share 12 email templates which help other creators negotiate paid brand partnerships. And then I have 2 other courses on goal setting and another one on laying out your content planning strategy to build an engaged audience. And so those are my 2 main forms of how I make money as a creator. And for me in 2020, when I was getting laid off, I was just about to launch that course, but I was already confident in my ability to make money as a creator. And let me tell you guys why. A big reason for my confidence is that I've been setting revenue goals since 2017. So 2016, you guys, I just decided to start taking Emma's Edition more seriously. I was at 2,000 followers, driving maybe 500 page views a month, and I wanted to learn everything I could about building your brand, your community online, creating content consistently. And then in 2017, I was really focused. I wanted to know how people were making money, and I realized that you could do that with brand partnerships. So my goal in 2017 was just to break even because I was hiring photographers to help produce content for Emma's Edition and I wasn't making any money. And so my goal was that I just wanted to earn a few $100s a month with the brand partnerships and start moving away from the gifted brand partnerships so I could pay for photography. And then I actually met that goal. I was actually really excited. So in 2018, while I was still working full-time in the aerospace industry, while I was attending grad school full-time in the evenings and on weekends, I felt a lot more confident in my ability to earn money, and I wanted to challenge myself and see if I could bring in $10,000 in revenue in 2018. I set that goal and was able to meet it, you guys. 2018 was my very first year. I landed a 4-figure campaign. I still remember, I think I was at 16 or 18,000 followers and I landed my first $2,000 campaign, and it was huge for my confidence. And I realized that, oh my gosh, I have the opportunity to land bigger campaigns and be able to meet my revenue goals. And so 2018, I met that revenue goal of 10,000. So in 2019, I was going to graduate, and I did. I graduated in June of 2019 from my master's program. And I knew not having school I could just focus on working full time and then my side hustle of my blog and my Instagram, and I knew I would have more time to dedicate to that. And I was so excited. I had learned so much in my master's program. I was taking everything I was learning and applying it straight into content creation. So in 2019, I set a revenue goal of $40,000, which I thought was pretty audacious, but lo and behold, I landed my first 5-figure campaigns in 2019. I actually had 2 major 5-figure campaigns that helped me meet and surpass that $40,000 goal. And so 2020, I received my layoff notice. I had 60 days to really mull it over and decide that it was going to be the right thing for me to accept that layoff notice and then take content creation full time. But I had the knowledge and the confidence that I knew that I could make money with Emma's Edition, and I knew I could do it with brand partnerships. So in 2020, I actually set the revenue goal to match my former corporate salary of $90,000, and I was able to do that. I had the biggest Q4 of 2020 I've ever had as a creator, and I met that $90,000 goal and surpassed it and made 6 figures for the first time as a creator. So that's just a little bit of insight on how I knew that I could make money as a creator, and I had that confidence in my ability to do so. Again, everyone makes money differently as creators, and everyone is going to have different factors on what helps them decide that they are confident enough to be able to replace that former salary or match it by 80%, whatever that may be. But I did want to share that story today. All right, you guys, so that's just a little bit about how I financially prepared to take Emma's Edition full time. One big thing that I also wanted to talk about before we wrap things up is thinking about healthcare as a freelancer, as a full-time creator. Because again, working full-time, I had great healthcare benefits with my former employer. And because I got laid off, I actually was able to extend those benefits with Cobra. But Cobra was $550 a month, so that was a big expense that I had to factor in each month. I could have chose a different healthcare plan, but I've been with my doctor and my dentist and my eye doctor. I've literally been with them for years, and I did not want to switch. And so for me, before I made that switch, I knew that I was going to be on Cobra at least for 6 to 7 months until I got married and I could go and be under my husband's insurance. So healthcare, dental care, eye care, those are all major things you have to think about, especially as a freelancer, that what you need to budget into every month, every year, whatever that looks like. But I did want to touch on that today because every state does it a little bit differently, and I recommend searching, what healthcare looks like by state, because Washington State probably has different healthcare plans than Florida. And so definitely recommend, thinking through how you're going to make sure your healthcare is covered prior, if you can, to taking, your side hustle full time. Again, I know at every point I've talked about today, not everyone has the opportunity to think about healthcare and retirement and laying out their budget before something happens and you are pushed and you have to take, your side hustle full time. But if you are working full time right now, or you're a student or wherever you're at, know that you have the opportunity to think things through before you make that jump. And even if you're forced to make that jump, you still can think about what's going to make sense for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's talk about how I financially prepared to take Emma's Edition full time. If we haven't connected on Instagram yet, let's connect at Emma's Edition, and let's also hang out at the Content Creatives Podcast. We release 2 episodes a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. For the month of January, we're taking a little break and we're just replaying our favorite episodes from 2020. So I hope you guys also enjoy that. Let's also connect on TikTok. I'm at Emma's Edition. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. If there is a future topic that you want covered here on the YouTube channel, please let me know. I think for my first few videos, I just wanted to introduce myself and share with you guys how I got to where I'm at today, but I'm excited to start sharing other passions of mine that include fashion and Instagrammable places. I'm excited to venture out into those and share with that type of content with you guys soon. All right, see you guys next time.